Hi everyone, welcome back to our entrepreneurship class, and in today's class we will learn about the role of society and family in the growth of entrepreneurship. As we all know that entrepreneurship is the outcome of the society and the people and the family and all those around us, okay? So entrepreneur is the outcome of the people that we interact with. So we interact with everyone and then entrepreneurs come into being. So there are certain factors or certain people whom we interact affects the growth in entrepreneurship or growth in the entrepreneurs, or there are several factors which influences and have a great impact on the growth of entrepreneurship or entrepreneurs. So what are these factors and what are these impacts and how does it impact the entrepreneurs? Let's look into it one by one. The first is personal characteristics. Okay, so personal characteristics here means the characteristics of the entrepreneur, the age, right, the educational qualification, okay, gender, marital status, technical know and how, all those comes under the personal characteristics. And age, okay, for example, age plays a very vital and important role in the growth of entrepreneurship, because if your age is, if young entrepreneurs, okay, young entrepreneurs are people who are very optimistic. Young entrepreneurs tend to be more optimistic than the older people or older entrepreneurs, because young entrepreneurs are more less conservative, and their thought is less traditional and typical than the older people or older men in the society. Therefore, age, for example, age also have a great influence on the growth of entrepreneurship. If an entrepreneur is young and if his or her age is less, that is mid-30s or below 30s, then they will obviously be very optimistic because they know the trend and fashion of today's world, right? So young entrepreneurs tend to be more optimistic than the older entrepreneurs. So age also affects the entrepreneur. And if the entrepreneur is young, then he will know what the society wants today, right? What the society's or the customers' demand is today. So it is very beneficial for an entrepreneur to be young, as well as if an entrepreneur is educated and have a technical know-how, then he will know, and that entrepreneur will know about various policies and strategies, and also he will build up his own technical development in himself. And with knowledge, if an entrepreneur is educated, he or she has the knowledge, right? He or she has the knowledge of how the people are in the society today. So personal characteristics tend to play an important role in the growth of an entrepreneur. The next is family background. Family background is the second factor which influences the growth of entrepreneurship, or which influences the growth of entrepreneurs. So family background, such as children from mercantile families. Children from mercantile families are more adapted to business from the early age. For example, Marwaris, right? Their daughters and sons are adapted to business from a very young age. They know the working of the business system. They know by seeing their parents, by seeing their relatives, and by seeing the employees. So, Marwaris, the children who are born and brought up from the Marwari family, they know how a business runs. And people and members of the Hindu undivided family. The male members run the business, therefore they know how to run the business. They get the seed capital from the ancestral property, right? So if they have the seed capital, if they have the knowledge, then it will obviously affect the person to pursue entrepreneurship, and it will mold the particular children in that mercantile family, that they will come up to be a very good entrepreneurs. So family background, people those who are from mercantile and business background will have impact on the children, and the children will also come up to be an entrepreneur, and because they know how enterprises work and how businesses work. So family background plays an important role in the growth of entrepreneurship, because if your parents are doing, you also tend to do what your parents do, because you are born in that family. You tend to follow the path of your parents. Okay, so family background also tend to play a very important role in the growth of entrepreneurs or in the growth of entrepreneurship. The next is socio-cultural factors. Okay, here socio-cultural factors in some of the rural areas in our Indian societies. In our Indian society, because of the caste system, people are not exposed to be entrepreneurs, and some of the caste in various regions are not supposed to work with people those who are of the higher caste, right? So it is a barrier for many potential people to not take up entrepreneurship as their career. And social culture factors here means the perception of the society towards entrepreneurs in some rural areas, or in some societies which are backward. They tend, in terms of marriage also, they want their daughters to be married to people those who are in professional courses such as doctors, scientists, engineers, etc. But they don't like their daughters to be married to a businessman, right? Because a businessman or an entrepreneur is not a secured man, is what they think, because of the status quo. Okay, entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship in some of the rural areas and backward areas does not consider it as a job, or does not consider it as a profession of earning. Therefore, social cultural factors also plays a great impact and have a great impact in the growth of entrepreneurship. That is the reason, like for backward areas and some rural areas, we also tend to ignore the entrepreneurs. We want our children, as parents, some of the parents want their children to be in professional courses rather than taking up businesses and entrepreneurship as their career or field. So we will move ahead to our next topic, that is women entrepreneurs and the challenges faced by women entrepreneurs. So who are these women entrepreneurs? Okay, women entrepreneurs are women who owns more than 51% of share capital in any company, or women entrepreneurs are considered as those women who are innovative, creative, and capable of earning or our self-economic independence are known as women entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs which are owned by the women are known as women entrepreneurs in simple. Okay, so there are certain challenges that are being faced by women. Okay, especially in developing and developed countries, there are certain problems, and there are so many problems that are faced by women entrepreneurs. And so let us look into these problems and hurdles faced by women one by one. So the first one is lack of confidence. We as women, we lack confidence in ourselves, right? Especially in our countries like developing and developed countries. We lack confidence in ourselves, and even our families lack confidence in us. Okay, as women, our parents or our family does not want to invest in business those who are run and managed by women. They are reluctant to fund the women entrepreneurs from the family itself. And within ourselves, women lacks confidence. Not only within ourselves, but even society and even the people around have lack confidence in women, and they think that women cannot run enterprises, or they have lack of confidence in women, that women cannot do what men can do. Okay, that is the first challenge or hurdle that is being faced by women. The second is attitudes of creditors towards women. Here in this case, creditors tend to be gender biasness. When it comes to giving loans to women, they do not tend to give loan, and they are reluctant to give loans because women does not hold that asset and family property. Since women does not hold that ancestral property or family property, we do not have mortgage, right? So we are not secured as women. And the thing that since women does not have a secured mortgage or assets or family property to mortgage it in order to get loan, they are reluctant to give loan. Even banks are reluctant to give loans to women entrepreneurs or finance women entrepreneurs. Okay, so even if the bank agrees at a point, they are very slow. Their process are very slow while giving loans to women. And creditors and the attitude of the investors and the creditors are gender biasness in terms of giving loans to women, and women face a major problem while obtaining loans from various sources. The next is lack of opportunities. In rural areas, in some backward areas, women are not given opportunities to go to school, and male child is given more privileges in taking educational and vocational training, and they do not consider women, they give less opportunities to women and girl child, right? So in that case, maybe there are some people in rural areas who can take up entrepreneurship, but since they lack opportunity, they lack training, they lack proper, women lack proper education, they does not take up entrepreneurship because they don't have education, because they don't have proper trainings and vocational trainings which is given to the male child and not the girl child. Okay, so women also face lack of opportunities in certain areas or in certain society in developed and developing countries like underdeveloped and developing countries like India. The next is production problems. As we all know that women have lesser knowledge in technical field or technical know-how. Male or men members in the society knows more about the technical issues, or they know more about technology by nature. So women tend to have less knowledge of technology, and when women have less knowledge of technology and technical know-how, what we do is that we tend to pay more price for technologies which is, which can be acquired at low cost. Since we don't know about technical know-how, we spend more on the production cost. Okay, while producing, we have to procure the plant and machineries. So while procuring machineries, since we have lesser knowledge of technology, we tend to spend more on this production cost, and hence our cost of production or total cost of expenditure will increase. So as women, we face even the production problems in terms of technology. Next is inefficient market arrangement. There is a high risk of competition in the market, and there involves high competition in the market. Therefore, what women entrepreneurs need to do is to appoint a middleman, right? We need to appoint a middleman in order to let our product reach our final consumers, that is the ultimate consumers. So when we appoint the middleman, when we make the arrangement of the middleman will eat up the profits of women entrepreneurs. And many a times, the subordinates and the laborers in the enterprise itself does not respect women entrepreneurs and have less confidence, or they does not respect women entrepreneurs. Therefore, there are certain inefficient market arrangement also in the enterprise and in the society itself. The next is social problems. There are certain social problems, such as women in our society. In the context of India, we are considered to look after our family, right? We have to look after our family after we get married, and so there it becomes difficult for a woman to balance its enterprise and to balance the family as well. Only the in-laws and the husband, those who understand women, will let their wife work as entrepreneurs. The rest, most of the people in our society, in context of India, we do not allow women to work outside, or we do not want our wives to work as entrepreneurs. Therefore, it becomes difficult for a women entrepreneur to balance ourselves, okay, to balance our work life, that is to balance ourselves as entrepreneurs and to balance our house as well. Because in our society, women are considered to look after the family, and they expect women to stay in the house and look after the family and the children. The next is the low ability to bear risk. As compared to men, many studies have found that women have the less ability to bear risk. Women cannot bear high risk because women in the society are always protected and are always behind the four walls in a house. Therefore, women are considered, considered that they cannot bear high risks like male members or the men in the society. Okay, but even if there are these challenges and hurdles, okay, even if there are so many hurdles and challenges, there are many women entrepreneurs in our society today. Even in India, there are so many successful women entrepreneurs in India. Despite of facing these hurdles and challenges, we have so many women entrepreneurs, such as, the CEO of Pepsi, that is Indira Nui, right? She's a famous women entrepreneur. As well as we know this Nandita, okay? Nandita Bijur. She is a women entrepreneur who started her ice cream business with rupees 5,000. But now, today, she has, crores of crores of net assets in her business today. Even Leela Berncha, okay, she is the founder of the Jaipur Blue Pottery. She started her business with just rupees 500, and today her business worth is rupees 25 crores. Okay, so there are certain and so many women entrepreneurs in our society today as well. In fact, the Dale company have surveyed and found out that the most ideal country to do business for women is India, okay, because they found out that 71% of the women in India are successful, and 8 out of 10 are employing more staffs than male entrepreneurs. And again, 74% of them are, 74% of them have employed more than male members, and even 85% of women entrepreneurs seek for social. Their entrepreneurs seek for social impact. Okay, so even 74% of the women says that their technological needs are complex. So you see, even in our society today, women have gained place in the market. So there are, instead of these certain challenges and hurdles that women face, women does not give up, and we know that there are more and more women entrepreneurs coming up in our society today. So I encourage each and every one of you, those who are women, and if you want to start a business and enterprise, do not give up and face the challenges. Come out of your comfort zones and do what you want to do as entrepreneurs. And if you want to pursue enterprise as an entrepreneur, you can, because if there is a will, there is a way, right? So by taking the name of these few women entrepreneurs, when they can do, why can't we, right? So as women, I encourage all of you, if you want to take up entrepreneurship, you can take up. So in today's class, we have learned about the different challenges that is faced by women, and the impact of the society, family, and our personal threats in the growth of entrepreneurship. With this, we come to the end of our unit 3. Okay, we are done with our unit 3, and in the next class, in unit 4, we will learn about different innovations and entrepreneurship problems. So stay tuned for the next class, and I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.